past me, that oar of yours. Go into the bush a bit. You alright in there? Release the pressure in your kayak under through the valve here. You can see how mine's sitting like that. Push it like that. Okay. Alright. Which way do you want to go? North? Yeah, which way it doesn't really worry me. Going on. With the current the way it is, see how it's going this way. Alright. We've only got about half an hour to explore, and then we can get up all pretty much along them. You want to go that way? We're staying along the coast, we're not going too far out. But I think it would be a better ride going that way than that way, with all the weight we've got. Chilies? I said, did you have your chilies out? Or are they packed in there? No. You have one of mine. Even if we get to roughly where I was last time or a little bit further than that, I'll be fucking happy. Up that way. I would do, I'm being honest, I would do that way, but at low tide. crab down in here. Watch it, there was a little crab down in here. I chased him away a bit. Got him on film, I think. Alright. Make sure you're centered. Yeah, you've got to keep the balance really well. We're going this way, so we shouldn't have a problem keeping our balance too much. We're riding the current now. I'm turning around to film you. My camera's going. We go north. Come back this way. That's it, just slow and steady. You don't need to go fast, we got all day. Just ride the current. See, I'm just making course corrections. You won't lose your pack, it will float. Everything will float. Just watch the current. There's little rip tides around in here that start making you spin around. Just go with it. Don't try and change it. Allow it to take you. Right, once you've settled, then go back to rowing. If you want, come on, catch up. That's it. Feel it. Don't fight it. Move with it. See, if we really wanted to, I'm not paddling, I'm still moving that way. Alright, come this way, come on. Catch up to me. You're not going to lose anything, Porkchop. Right, and we're still in a safe zone. You alright? I haven't made you take on too much yet, have I? No? No, you can do this. It's piss easy. I was nervous the first time. We can do it. We get to that vehicle down there, right? See that vehicle down there? If we get there, I'll be happy. Right down the beach. Down the beach, there's a buggy. Alright? You're fine. You're having fun. You're on camera. See? This is what I want to start doing a bit more. I love going camp with the kids and that, alright? But once every month or so, do one of these. One with the kids, one with one of these. We're only a couple of us go, and it's the older ones. And come out this way a bit more. There's a sandbank right in here. You might not make it where you are. You might have to get out again. It's a lot harder getting in and out than you might think. Current there. Paddle on the left. Gotta go out that way. Another sandbar ahead. I think that one's bog. I think it's bog. Yeah, I think he's bog. Right? You right? Just stay away from the shoreline. You're a bit too close. Come this way a bit more. It's more smoother here than against the sand. That makes sense. That's where all the waves are breaking. No, he wasn't bog. You right? Like I said, it's going to be an adventure. We've been paddling for 40 minutes, or half an hour, maybe half an hour, but it would have taken about 10 minutes to sort ourselves out and get down. You're too close to the shoreline. That's what it is. The waves are coming into us. So if we go out a bit more, it'll be smoother. You right? Huh? I'm coming on this side of you, so I'll get you into the camera. You spin right around. You right? You having fun? Don't be scared, eh? There's nothing can go wrong. I've planned for everything. If you fall out, the only thing we may lose is the water, and if that, we ration our water if we want to stay. And that's not a problem. Most of our meals are liquid. There's only a couple that use fucking water. And most of that's cups of teas, coffee, and water to drink. So we got plenty enough water. Now I see where it's starting to break up ahead. That's where I was. Where he was parked, that's where I was. Fucking hell. Just got a bit wet. Me. I was spinning around, a wave hit me from behind and just came in. Now I'm swimming. It'll be interesting to see if my kit's wet or dry. It looks like it's actually kept the water out. I mean, it's beating off it, not purling, so it'll be interesting. Almost there, Porky. I mean, we could camp up in there. How much water you got in? Yeah, same with me. You want to go to where I went last time? Want to go where I went last time? Or a bit further? Yeah. Come here. You got to catch up to me. We're supposed to be kayaking together. You want me to set a cadence or something? Right. Do you want to go where I went last time? Alright, there's a couple of places we could have camped. I could have camped in there. I only chose one because it was secluded, but there's good enough areas in there to make two camps. I wouldn't mind trying one big one. Alright, let's get out a bit, otherwise we're going to get swamped again. Or I'm going to get swamped again, and I don't think I'm going to last the next swamping. I've got a shitload of water in with me. It's moving around a bit. Well, we could go up a bit further. Wake up! My foot's gone to sleep. Just up here. We could go further, eh? But we will probably lose our extra water with that. No. Part of this trip will be an experiment of me and you getting out there, past the waves, without our packs and everything. Just us. Lying down. No, I'm just fucking around. Up this way. Just up here. Every time I try to get out of there, it sucked me back in. We can go a bit further if you want. Get further away from the shore. Come this way. I camped up in there. Yeah? You want to go up that way? Or up further? Because I don't think there's many trees up further. Aye? Aye? Go that way. Well, get out of the water, you reckon? I felt that. Pressure of the water. Yeah, well, it's up further. Get away from shore. Oh, it's only about 20 minutes. 20 metres. It's just up here. No, we're a bit further last time. Alright. It's deep here, right? Up there. I got swamped. For some reason, this one always swamps. No, anybody swamps in this one. All the way from over there. All the way, right that way. All the way down there. Don't worry about that. Alright, come here. You see that tree line there? Yeah. That's where I camp. I wouldn't worry about moving the paddle and clipping it up and shit. Not worth it. Overland. No. Drag them up. Portage! Yay! No? Portage! Yay! You can chuck it in there as long as you don't lose it. Put your pack back on. Quick! We got someone coming. Come on, we gotta get off the track. Oh no, they're going up. Alright. We gotta give way to cars, not the other way around on the beach. Grit, determination, and digging in. Don't let it go. Come on. Let's get out of the way. Clip up. Is that easy to unclipping that now? No? Don't drag here. Drag that here. Come on. We've only got 20 meters to go. Let's go. We can do this. This is lighter than what I had last time. unpack our gear. Cool.
Now it is.
Alright, welcome campers. Okay, this area may look familiar. Yes, I've gone north again. When we were getting dropped off, thank you Pops for dropping us off, but when we were getting dropped off, I noticed everything was going the opposite direction. So I think I misread the fucking tides again. Pardon the French. But it turns out that I haven't. It's just taken a little longer for the tides to do what they do down here. The tides are from Townsville, not here, so it's an hour later here, and I didn't account for that. I was only told that before we set out. Anyway, so tomorrow morning we'll be riding the incoming current going back, and as you know from last time, everything was sweet the next day. Everything was sweet today because we had the current in our favour. We weren't fighting the current like I did last time. We didn't need to portage anywhere other than to get into where we are set up. Well, the hammock, well, it's dead, as you know from episode 3. This is the exact same place I slept episode 2. Just in there, where my kid is behind me. We're going to camp up just in here tonight. We're going to run a lean-to with the hoochie. Hopefully I'll get Bozo here to watch me set it up. How's that? For a lack of a better term, I was trying to figure out a better term. We've gotten a bit of sun. I mean, it was an hour kayaking. As you can tell, I disconnected my kayak paddle a couple of times and paddled with one. I'm more comfortable calling them canoes and treating them as such because they handle a lot better with a single paddle than they do with a double kayak paddle. It's mainly due to with the sitting kayaks, they're a lot sleeker in design and a lot streamlined, so that double paddle comes in a lot handily. Most of your kayaks that are in sitting kayaks will have rudders, because a traditional kayak does have a rudder, and that's the sort of kayak I'm used to. However, I don't think the one I'm getting, the next one I'm getting in the next week or so, will have the rudder. I think it's only the just a sit-in one, which is alright for a single-man kayak anyway. I mean, it's when you get into the two-man kayaks, and that where you really need that rudder for stability, especially when you're carrying heavier loads in the middle. Those ones there, I'm very happy to call them canoes. So if I say canoe from now on, I do apologise for people that want to call them kayaks. The kayak I'm going to get is the same price as the canoes. I will be strapping the other paddle to my pack, if I'm correct and I've read the currents right. I will be strapping the other paddle to my pack where that shovel, and this is the second time we brought that shovel camping, so I wanted to give it a bit of a test out to see if it could handle getting a bit of salt water, and that's supposed to be aluminium instead of steel and that sort of thing. So if it snaps in half, it may be steel rather than aluminium. But it's quite a light shovel. It's lighter than the fold-up one that I had last time here. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be probably kayaking, canoeing home. So using it as a canoe, a single paddle. What happened with the other paddle, it gets stuck a lot. So I was trying to use the salt water to jimmy it in a bit. So that's why we tried to portage and just drag the kayak standard. Or canoes standard. Anyway, so that's it. We're going to go and do the rapids later on. Once camp's set up and we've had lunch, we're going to go and take the kayaks or canoes down to the white water. I'll have the other camera on. I was trying to tell Porkchop to stay a little bit away from shore, a metre or two away from shore. That way you're not hitting the breaking waves, so the waves aren't breaking in on you. Because I was stopped and drifting back into shore a bit, I've got swamped a bit more than what Porkchop did. But Porkchop, his pack's dry, and by the looks, that little German 40 litre German commando pack,
what can I say? It's a great little pack. It was handled great, the portages and that. It'd be great. I wore the PDF underneath it with the camel pack underneath it. Usually for portages, my camel pack's a part of my pack system, as you saw probably from on the way out. You saw where I just strapped my camel pack to get it down to the beach. Coming up this way, I didn't want to hassle with that, so I would have set that a bit better on the way in. But it was great for that, 50 metres? We hiked 50 metres to the beach when we got dropped off. About that, 50 metres? Yeah, about 50 metres. 50, 60 metres, let's just say. And yeah, it felt comfortable in that. It's only got 12.9 kilos in it. That's two 2-litre water bottles, my 2-litre camel pack, and pretty much all of them ultralight stuff, but it's been slightly modified with other kit as well. I'm using the British Mozzie net. The Mozzies are bad down here. Last time I didn't have a Mozzie problem. The time before this one, episode 3, we had a Mozzie problem, so I'd say the Mozzies are coming out for vengeance at the moment. But we've still got a good breeze. It's nice and cool. We've got a bit of Mozzies, but we've got the good old off Mozzie repellent, tropical strength. Makes you smell a bit, I don't know, sorry for anyone that is that way. I don't mean any disrespect, but yeah, it makes you smell a bit like that, but it gets rid of the bugs. I'll be also trying a couple other different types of bug sprays and giving a bit of a review on the 3 that I use. That one there, and then once that's done, I'll be using Rid, I think it is, and then I'll be using Bushman's is another one, but Bushman's is an expensive brand. That's quite cheap, and Rid's a little cheaper, I think. And I'll be also doing a Coles brand Mozzie repellent as well, which is only $1 something. So anyway, we'll get cracking into the camp and that. Have a good one. See you next. Just go like that when you go. Oh, okay. Cool. Alright, so we're going to set up the hutch. He has a lean-to here. Porkchop did bring a Zelt barn, but we've got enough area underneath the hutchie for 2 people if we make a lean-to out of just here. This requires me to put in a stay up the back end so I can do a center line. Because it's windy here, I'm going to do a center line. Normally I wouldn't run the center line. I'd just probably go up to, say, a tree branch up there and make it pyramided sort of shape so the water would run off. But this is more of a it's just a shelter. We're not worrying about rain. We're not worrying about getting rid of the wind. The wind will keep us cool tonight because it's summer in the North Queensland tropics. So we're not in the middle of winter in the Canadian wilderness where we're here. We don't need to block off the wind. We only need to have that wind to keep the airflow, carbon monoxide out, that sort of stuff. We're keeping the airflow to get rid of most of the mozzies and that. If the wind dies off, we're stuffed. We're going to have the mozzie nets definitely. So we're going to set them up as well. But anyway, I'll stop flapping me gums. Follow me. I found a little sapling. I was going to use this one, but there's a sapling up here that will do, and it's going to hold that through there. A lot of people think this big Bowie knife's a gimmick of mine, you know, Crocodile Dundee. A lot of people carry big bush knives. This is my bush knife. This is my golly. Just as simple as that. Couple of swings from this, it's cut, and I can use it safely to get rid of all these branches, you know, and trim them off. So I can use this safely, much more safer than a small axe, or sorry, and it's lightweight. It fits in my pack. It straps to the side of my pack. It goes on my belt. I can carry it in many different forms. It has more than one use. Don't mind my son, the cameraman. He's still getting used to it as I am. So we do apologise for the poor cameramanship. Anyway, back to the camp, and I'll show you how I'm going to knock it up. So this is going down the back here. Right, so I can tie the hook in here, and a centre line from that big tree there down the centre to here. So this will all be tied in, all this will be trimmed up. So I'll get cracking instead of blabbering, and you can just watch me set this up. How much time on the, have we got on the?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
50. I say 50.
I don't know if I'm going to be that quick, guys. Always cut away from you when using bladed tools. Don't try and cut towards you. If you do so safely. Now I want this bit here, so I'm going to pull it back this way. And I'm going to do that. The reason for that is I'm going to stick that down through that branch there, and come up this way, put this underneath this branch here, locking it there, and I'll put a tie here, and that way I pull off of here, doing the centre ridge. Now I might not even need to tie that button beam. All this, just as it's at head height, alright, lop it off. You don't want anything to get in your eyes if you need be. Try and make it so it's not sharp and as close to the tree as possible. I think that can stay, but all this has to go. Most of this is dead. Yep. Might leave you this one here to tie your mozzie net to. I'll leave those ones there so you can have somewhere to tie your mozzie net to. Look at that. That wasn't even. Alright. So now I've got to clean out this area a bit more. It's not looking like much of a gimmick now. It just helps. You can make sticks into pegs and everything with a decent craft knife. Or a decent knife, solid. As the Tommies call them, solid. The jungle knife. Now if this was winter, or we were in a survival situation, because the breeze is coming this way, I'd put the fire at the end of the shelter here, getting warmth coming this way, but the wind's going to blow the smoke that way. Right. There we are. We're pretty much clean and ready to go. Let's run the center line. Now, like I said, I don't think I'm going to tie that. That's going to hold pretty good. It's not going to be really tight. It's just going to be tight. Alright, done. That's as tight as it's going, unless the wind pulls on it, and then you've got that flexibility to move, so your tarp's not going to rip. Right, and the hoochies have a center line built into them. A single center point. And they have a point every so often that has a loop. And it's just as quick going to loop the loop. Alright. Straight over to this tree here. Alright. I'm not going to tie it. I'm going to check to see if that's in where I want it to be first. I'm going to go around like that. And that will hold. Giving me an ability to pull on that and slide this up. Then pulling it back tight. Then going back to adjust that. The bark on the tree and this type of rope rub and grip together. So you don't need to worry about ropes slipping too much. I will say, I had a fun coming up here. Did you have fun coming up here, Porky?
Yeah.
Different, because that's the first time Porkchop's ever used a kayak that way, or a canoe that way. Alright. So we're tied. Now we can adjust the line of this hoochie and tie out. Okay, welcome back. Sorry, our SD card ran full on the DSL, so we changed it out. I'm going to make this very quick because we've only got 2 other cards and they're only small cards. But I'm going to tie this off here, which is what I was saying before it cut out. Nothing fancy. A couple of knots. You know, they're not going to let go. And then I'm going to tie this one here. This makes this end secure down here. Then I'm going to pull it that way. Okay, so you'll see this up and then you'll see some photos of everything set up. Unfortunately you don't get to hear my voice all the time now. And I'm using, if you notice on this side there's a branch there, I'm using that as a point. Now this is where I cross it over onto itself to give that friction to hold. It's not going anywhere. So I can come up, holding it tight, let go, and it will just pull tight, and you don't lose the slack. And then the same on this side. Porkchop, you might have to move. Right, down on this side, having them underneath, and bringing this down this way. I'm going to, I'll tie off on the other side of this